Hey everybody, welcome back. Next exercise we're going to do, or I'm going to show you some exercises that pertain to back training. Doing back workout on the cable machine is simply a lot of rowing actions, okay? A lot of extending and recoiling actions. So this is perfect for back training, especially using cables, because again, we can train the back and hit the back in very different angles and levels of training and pulling that resistance into the body. Now, for example, if we were doing some high rolls, our training with the VT grips are the same. Open palm. Again, we're going to use the double ball unit because we want this to be a heavier workout for you. So when you're using the double ball unit, train heavier, all right, or heavier. So here's the position that you're going to find yourself in. The rotational movements and all of the exercises that we execute are going to be delivered the same way. Join rotation, recoil, okay? Rotation and recoil, that's the whole purpose. So when I'm standing in this position, I'm doing some high rolls and or if I was doing some pull downs, seated pull downs, okay? I would utilize these grips, all right? And because they're going to give me more functional movement, I can rotate more freely throughout the entire range of motion of the exercise, which is very important to initiate movement in the back muscles. You want to key this rotation action so that you can command muscles in your back to activate, all right? Because you feel a chain of muscles actually working together. So here we go. We're going to start with a high row. You'll simply be in any position you choose. You could be sitting on a bench. You could be on one knee on the floor. I'm going to do a standing version right now. I'm going to simply do the high roll to the chest, overhand position, okay? Upper back workout. Here's your motion. Notice we got the full palm open, rotated, pulling down to the chest. Simple motion. And there we go. The beauty of these grips versus the other grips or bar is that you have so much rotation of the wrist. This is going to keep a lot of stress off your wrist and of course that elbow, okay? It takes a lot of joint pressure off that shoulder depending on exercise that you're also doing. Remember, some of us have this unbearable pain sometimes you get in that forearm activity here. When you go from a certain bar, you start training a certain way, you know, or tendonitis. I come to believe that these grips will help you prevent tendonitis and or train past tendonitis, unlike you were able to do in the past, okay? Now, here's the reason why. When I take the normal grip and squeeze it, I'm activating the tendon that runs right down here parallel to the elbow, the insertion here. This is that area, remember, I tell you, you be burning sometime. You get that pain in here. It's like, wow, what did I do? So you start doing this. What happens, in my opinion, is that once you make that power move and you have that forearm activated, what happens? You activate the forearm, it begins to activate that muscle tie-in right in here, all right? This muscle being activated and being pulled, and then with the resistance here, somewhere in the hand, working against gravity because you're either pulling it up or holding it up. So there's a consistent pressure on this particular leverage point. That added with movement of this tendon under that kind of resistance and stress and strain over a period of time will cause my mind is inflammation. Why? Because once you activate it, you've activated that tendon and that muscle, okay? Now, with the grips, we don't worry about that activation. Okay, because the palm is in a neutral position like this. If it's in a neutral position, there is no activation going on here or minimizing activation going on here in this whole exercise. You're still doing the exact same exercise you set out to do. But now look at that. So when you don't have to make that fist and make that tendon activate that ties into here by leaving it wide open, look at that. Now you've taken that resistance out of that area. So you don't have to be concerned about this being a point of tightness and turning and squeezing and getting overworked because the resistance is being applied to it, all right? So what we've done is we've opened up the palm, we've freed that tendon up from that responsibility from contracting to create that leverage in here. So now there's that stress. No more tendonitis. Watch that, okay? So here we go. Back exercise like we showed you. There is a two-handed approach, rotation. It's all rowing. I could be sitting down doing the seated rowing, but the motion is still the same. Again, watch this from the shoulder portion. Back is contracting. You pull into the back first, let the back do the work. This is the training, and you squeeze. Okay? That's the back training. That's very simple. Look at that movement. It's like throwing a punch. Joint rotation and recoil. That's my principle. Throw that punch. Push it out there, recoil it. Push that weight out there, pull it back to you, okay? That's the purpose of utilizing this particular motion. It's going to create activity in other muscles that you're training. It's going to take the stress out of certain areas that normally are under a tremendous amount of strength because of the weight that you're using, okay? You're putting your muscles in a disadvantage. What we're trying to do is make this a more natural way of moving at resistance. Now, if we take away the main goal of that form is to help you pick up that heavy weight to stimulate that muscle, remove that form, use light weight, stimulate that muscle, utilize the motions that you can. This is more functional. Your body moves like this every day, but it doesn't move on this one level. It moves this direction. It moves from down here. So I want you to train from multiple angles. For example, up here, I want you to be able to be as strong as here, training your back as if you were in this position, training the back. I want you to be able to train the back from the lower position, pulling from the ground up, from here, up and down, okay? All these exercises are designed to help you do more functional movements, but why can't we train the muscle and add to that functionality? And this is what we've been able to accomplish with the VT grips. So back training, chest training, shoulder training, any exercises you've trained before utilizing the dumbbells, or if you had been on the cable machine and you utilize a normal these guys, okay? It's time for a change. You want to shift to the VT grip, two ball, totally functional, totally comfortable, different sizes for different size hands grips, okay? If you have a small hand, I got a small green set for you, okay? If you have a medium-sized hand, we got the yellow for you. If you have a large hand, I've got the red for you, okay? We got all different sizes. So, and the purpose of that is, one, is to create, a benefit of strength building by graduating from a small ball to the medium to the large. That's why you can use all three of the balls, regardless of hand size. You can use all three, because the purpose is to increase the radius of the ball, opening that fingers up more, loosening that grip on that forearm, okay, by opening it up, strengthening those fingers even more, and those hands. If you, by chance, were utilizing resistance bands, travel bands, put them in your bag. Very simple activation too. You attach them exactly the same way, okay? Attach them to the grip, you got your bands on the ball, travel, all right? Same exercise you do at home, doing a curl exercise, there it is. I can do them while I'm watching TV, all right? I can train my shoulders, shoulder raises, sides, front. I can train my rear deltoids, right? Just like by this action here, all right? Notice what I can all do in standing in one position. So what we're trying to do here is to eliminate moving around the gym. I'm giving you multiple exercises to train at your pace. I'm giving you a different approach to isolate certain muscles, A, B, and C, by utilizing the precision ball, okay? Or we're gonna go with the heavy duty stuff and get you to use the two ball grip and go as heavy as you like. But the purpose of my training is called lightweight resistance training. It's designed to be trained maximally, I would say as well, 50 pounds or less. If you choose to train more, do so. However, if you're using a single precision ball, please stay with one plate. Start with one plate. I do not recommend you using over 20 pounds because I don't want you to put your fingers in a disadvantage, all right? Now, if you want to go heavier, use a dual set. It's having two precision balls in your hand like that. Now you can go as heavy as you like. The purpose of what we're trying to do is to get you to think about the purpose of the training. Precision training is isolation and contraction, utilizing lightweight, utilizing a rep range and a speed of range that you control. But the purpose is to get that muscle maximally stimulated. Therefore, you have, at the end effect, the perfect muscle. Thank you for joining me on this particular video. I'm going to be making more videos to show you different exercises, not necessarily different exercises, but different ways to train a certain muscle, something I have found out. Enjoy your VT grips. I'll be back.